I don't think it's too bold of a statement to say that PC gamers love their RGB. I mean, if you look at the products available right now, anything from the PC hardware itself down to peripherals and accessories like keyboards and mice, a lot of these things have RGB as a main selling point. But I got news for you. RGB isn't just for PC gamers. Extreme Rate is a company that makes modding accessories for controllers, ranging from LED kits to different faceplates for the Xbox, PS4, and Nintendo Switch controllers. They have a lot of different options to choose from, and I believe they even have a few different LED kits for consoles. But today they sent us over some LED kits as well as some new faceplates for both the Xbox One and PS4 controller. And since I was provided with two separate kits for two separate controllers, I'm gonna need some help on this one.
I'm the help.
Let's get started. All right, so each of these items are their own individual listings on Amazon. The first one we got here, this one's for the Xbox. This is the LED kit. If we go ahead and open that up, you can see we have the instruction booklet. This gives you step-by-steps on how to do the whole modification process. We have the board here, some screws, and then the nice thing too, we have all the included buttons and joysticks needed, but the real nice thing is that it comes with some tools and tweezers and stuff like that so that we can do this modification process no problem.
Yeah, kind of same as Blake's box. It's going to come with the typical instructions, the board once again, and then all the different buttons that you can replace if you choose to. Same deal, tweezers. You get the screwdriver and stuff that you're going to need. So it does kind of come in an all-in-one package for what you're actually going to need to perform this modification to your controller.
Now, in addition to LED kits, Extreme Rate also does a lot of different faceplates for the controller, and they were kind enough to send us each our own faceplate of choice for our individual controllers.
So I went with a kind of base white with a black paint splatter, and I will be customizing just a standard black controller, so it's going to have the black back and then the white front, so I think it's going to turn out pretty nicely.
And then for myself, I will be modifying this white Xbox One X controller, and for the faceplate that I received, I got the Great Wave of Kanagawa. I think this kind of off-white base in the background paired with this really cool print will go excellent with the controller and match nicely with the white back.
And then same deal with the LED kits, you are going to receive a little baggie with a screwdriver and any necessary components that you might need. So some screws actually came with this as well. So it's a full package. You don't have to worry about purchasing any extra stuff to get this done.
All right, so we just did the simple unboxing. I think we got a lot of work to do.
I agree.
All right, let's go. There are step-by-step instructions, but it's double-sided.
Yeah, it's double-sided, guys. This is going to be a journey, to say the least. But we're just gonna dive right into it. I have had a bad experience taking a PS4 controller apart before, so I'm hoping I don't have that again. And then I did notice right away in the instructions, if you are doing the PS4 version, you are going to want to make sure that yours is one that has the light bar built directly into the actual touchpad, because it is not compatible with the old models. Just an FYI.
Xbox controllers are fine as long as you're like not using an Elite controller.
I don't know who'd be dumb enough to mod an Elite controller.
Like, I don't like this. I want to add.
We've come out with this fully modular controller. I'm taking it apart. We are doing this so that you potentially don't have to. But if it ends up being a nice experience, then you at least know, okay, I can probably get this taken care of by myself.
If it's not apparent, we don't do this on the regular. So this should be a great test to see if this is a good fit for the general public.
Well, guys, I got mine apart, and it looks like I just accidentally skipped step 3 and 4. It kind of all just unplugged itself, so I'm hoping all this is still working. Kind of fell apart.
My God, I never realized how grimy these controllers can get.
I can handle that. Yeah, they get very disgusting. This one's actually not very old even. And I haven't really used it a whole lot. You know? The gyroscopic part.
Where?
This part's baffling me. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. It might be hard to see here, but right here, there's two little prongs that this little rubber membrane is supposed to attach to. And on the new one, it kind of just doesn't have any. So I actually can't get this to sit properly how it's supposed to on there. And that's actually what's going to have you press the PlayStation button on the controller. So I've noticed there's like a little like rubber membrane part for the kind of what gives the sponginess to the buttons and make sure that they stay in place. The rubber piece that was in the original one is actually a little too big for their mold, it looks like. So now when I hit the circle button, it does kind of get jammed a little bit actually. Have not found a workaround for this yet, but we will see what happens.
1 hour later.
Okay. We did it. Took forever, but we did it.
Took a very long time.
This now, I want to stress that we are not tech savvy in regards to modding. So if you are very skilled and are used to taking stuff apart, this probably won't be as difficult. But yeah, this was challenging, but as you can see by the video here and the B-roll, it does work.
One. It did not come without trial and error. I think I took my controller apart 2 or 3 times to try to figure out issues, and I do actually have a couple issues still. The circle button kind of just gets jammed, and I tried to fix it several times with no luck. And then also where like the PlayStation button used to be, I had some issues with that. It does kind of get jammed occasionally too if you press it the wrong way. Everything else is functioning perfectly fine, and I will probably have to go back again and take it apart later on to get those issues corrected if I can.
Yeah, I personally hadn't had any functional issues. I just had a couple instances where it was more my fault because I have a tough time following instructions, and this really brought out my ADHD.
Yeah, and that's another thing. We went off of the paper instructions it came with almost completely. They do have step-by-step video tutorials that you can do as well, but we wanted to personally see how difficult it would be to just use the paper instructions, and I personally would rate it like a 8 or 9 out of 10 difficulty, at least the first time doing it ever.
Yeah, if you don't do mods or take stuff apart, this can be a little challenging. If you're good at following instructions really well, and you're a very patient person, I don't think you'll have that tough of a time. I played around a Halo with this. Nothing functionally changed. Everything seemed to function as normal. Yeah, I'm overall pretty pleased, aside from the minor hiccups.
I mean, like cosmetically, it looks really good. It does have a really nice soft kind of finish to it, so it is really like nice in your hands. And then if we're just talking switching out the faceplate instead of doing the RGB and the faceplate like we did, I think that would have been 100 times easier. I mean, you could have probably gotten that done in like 20 minutes or less.
That's about it for this one. We'll leave some helpful links down below for video tutorials and that sort of thing. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks again, as always, and remember, for all things tech, games, movies, and other nerdy things in between, be sure to subscribe to Digital Cynics. Have a good one, everyone.
Peace.